The Wuhan virus is back. It is repeating its old tricks. It has mutated again. The new variant is called Omicron. It is forcing countries to close borders and restrict flights. There is panic around the world. Markets are falling. It is like horror on loop. Like always, there's hype too, and lots of unanswered questions like, what is Omicron? Will it make you more sick? Are vaccines ineffective now? Are swab tests useless now? And most importantly, will Omicron trigger lockdowns again? In the next 10 minutes, we'll try to answer all of these questions. We'll tell you all that you need to know about this new variant. On Gravitas tonight, we've put together the most comprehensive report on Wuhan virus 3.0. This is a new chapter in the pandemic. We'll start with the 5 major developments from today. Development number 1, Omicron has spread to at least 14 countries already, 14. Most cases are in Africa and Europe. The variant was sequenced in South Africa first. Now Botswana, Hong Kong, the United Kingdom, Germany, the Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, Israel, the Czech Republic, Australia, Portugal, Italy and Canada. They're all reporting their first cases of Omicron. Development number 2. Clusters have been found outside Africa. Portugal detected one today, 13 confirmed infections at a football club in Lisbon. One player recently returned from South Africa. He was infected. Now 13 tests have come back positive. The patients are players and staff members. Development number 3, rich countries are ramping up booster shots. The UK now wants to give a 3rd dose to everyone above 18. The government has also made face masks mandatory once again in public spaces. Development number 4. India could have its first case of Omicron. A 32-year-old man has tested positive in Mumbai. He recently returned from South Africa. Now, we don't know for sure if this is the Omicron variant. The test results are still awaited, but there's a fear. And development number 5. The World Health Organization has issued a warning today. It said that Omicron can spread worldwide and it poses a high risk.
We don't yet know whether Omicron is associated with more transmission, more severe disease, more risk of reinfections, or more risk of evading vaccines. Scientists at WHO and around the world are working urgently to answer these questions. We shouldn't need another wake-up call. We should all be wide awake to the threat of this virus. But Omicron's very emergence is another reminder that although many of us might think we're done with COVID-19, it's not done with us.
It's not done with us, he says, of the Wuhan virus. And this warning is being taken seriously. At least 22 countries have imposed some form of travel restrictions already. 22 countries. Some have banned travelers from a few African nations. Some others have imposed stricter testing protocols. Now, these measures are on expected lines. They also show the failure of the global community. 2 years into the pandemic, we still haven't found better ways to deal with new variants. We are still blocking flights. We are still imposing travel restrictions. South Africa has criticized these travel bans. President Cyril Ramaphosa has called the restrictions discriminatory.
Now, these restrictions are completely unjustified and unfairly discriminate against our country and our Southern African sister countries. The prohibition of travel is not informed by science, nor will it be effective in preventing the spread of this variant. The only thing the prohibition on travel will do is to further damage the economies of the affected countries and undermine their ability to respond to and also to recover from the pandemic.
This is valid criticism. After all, South Africa did not try to hide the outbreak like China did. Remember, Omicron was first sequenced by South Africa, and almost immediately it shared the update with the world. It's a move that was praised by world leaders. Here's what U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said. And I'm quoting from that statement. Secretary Blinken specifically praised South Africa's scientists for the quick identification of the Omicron variant and South Africa's government for its transparency in sharing its information, which should serve as a model for the world. Blinken made these comments during a call with a South African minister. There is no doubt as to which other countries he was referring to when he said that this should serve as a role model for the world. Having said that, while Blinken made these statements, his country, his government, the United States, also the Europeans, imposed a travel ban. The restrictions led to hysteria. Global investors are tense. Indian markets closed in the green today, but there has been a lot of volatility through the day. Reports say investors could have lost 1.38 lakh crore rupees just today. That's more than $18 billion lost in a day. Asian markets have also stabilized, but the uncertainty remains. Vaccine makers are returning to their labs. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson and Moderna, they're all now planning to test their shots against the new variant. Scientists and vaccine makers are staring at a lot of questions. Number one, do the existing vaccines still work? Number two, is a 2-dose regime enough, or is a booster shot now necessary? Number three, is there a need to modify the vaccines to make them more effective, or can they use the same shot as a booster? The world needs answers to all of these questions immediately, because the Wuhan virus has made a declaration. It is not going away. The emergence of Omicron is a reminder the pandemic is far from over. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.